Hi everyone, welcome back to FRAG-MENTAL. Thank you for joining me. In this video, I'm going to be letting you know my thoughts on the brand new fragrance, the latest from Jean Paul Gaultier, Beau Flower edition. Let's find out if it's blooming good or if it's a shrinking violet. Beau is Jean Paul Gaultier's other male torso bottle line, as well as La Mal. So far, I've been a little bit lukewarm on the Beau lineup. The original EDT was okay, didn't really interest me that much. Beau Parfum was a bit of an improvement, but still not that amazing. And then came along Paradise Garden, which I really enjoyed. I thought adding that fig and the salt was the perfect way to go with that Beau DNA. It was the first Beau that I felt really found its feet. I thought it was one of the best releases of last year and a fantastic summer scent. So that's these three, the latest of them, Paradise Garden, getting a thumbs up from me. But now we have Beau Flower edition. Didn't really get so excited by the name, and I think that's true for a lot of you guys out there. Flower edition, is that something that we really wanted or needed? But is it going bold with its florals? It's wearing this huge flower on its chest, and it's the first Beau to not even bother covering up its package. So maybe this is trying to tell us this one's got some balls. I've been wearing it now for a couple of days. I'm very shortly going to get into how this smells. But first of all, join me on the rather premium unboxing experience. I had all the tools I needed to crack this one open. That is one of the good things about ordering direct from a brand. You get some premium packaging and you usually get a little bit of a free gift in there as well. Not quite sure what to think about this bottle. We get the chiseled torso of the Beau bottle, but then we get this huge, great plastic flower on its chest. Why is it on its chest when everything else is down there? Why did they choose not to put a flower over this guy's junk? The notes on this boy are zesty kumquat, tangy lemon, violet leaf, patchouli, cashmeran, and tonka bean. So let's just quickly talk about those notes. Zesty kumquat. I don't really get anything zesty. Sure, there's a bit of a rounded, sort of sweet fruitiness, but I wouldn't say zesty. Tangy lemon, I don't pick up on lemon, and certainly nothing tangy. So those words, tangy, zesty, I thought if it's got a nice, bold, arresting opening, then that could be great. And then it dries down into this really lovely violet leaf. It doesn't have that attention-grabbing, zesty, tangy opening I was hoping for. It does have the violet, definitely detectable. This is the heart note. This is what the whole fragrance is built around. That's pretty much all I get. And I say violet rather than violet leaf because when I say violet leaf, I think of the violet leaf in masculine fragrances like Dior's Fahrenheit, like Creed's Green Irish Tweed. It's got a kind of deep green, dense earthiness to it. Violet, to me, in fragrances, smells more like the Parma Violet sweets, the Parma Violet candies. That's the sort of smell I get. I was so hoping for that strong masculine violet leaf. A little bit of a glimmer of Dior Fahrenheit or Green Irish Tweed in here would have been fantastic. It would have been a flower-based fragrance, but it would have been quite a masculine leaning fragrance. And as it turns out, it's not that masculine leaning. Yes, we can get masculine florals. Think of the iris in the Dior Homme line, but this Parma violet type of smell leans more feminine to me, unfortunately. Other notes in the breakdown that I was quite looking forward to were cashmeran, which usually gives a very smooth, sort of woody feel to a fragrance. And as JPG say on their website, mischievous tonka bean. I mean, who knew tonka bean could be mischievous? I don't really get that syrupy pancake-like smell that I'm used to from tonka bean. I guess there's some smooth sweetness right in the base of this, but I definitely wouldn't ascribe the word mischievous to this fragrance. So what I get from this is that DNA from Le Beau, that kind of sweet rounded fruitiness, which is quite pleasant, if a little bit uninspiring. And then that violet smell, and that's pretty much it for me. When you first spray it, nothing tangy, nothing zesty. It's more of that violet. There's a little bit of sweet woodiness. I am disappointed with this fragrance. When you drop £113 on a scent, you want to like it. You want that money to have been worth it. You're willing yourself to find all the positives in the fragrance. I just can't really do that with this. It's not a horrible scent. It's not something that I would go out and want to scrub off because it smells so bad. It's just boring. And sometimes a smell that is a little bit on the boring side, but is quite mass appealing, if the performance can help that get into the nostrils of people around you, then, you know, most people out there do like a very simple fragrance, but performance on me isn't really good enough to get it out there. I don't really get much projection or any real longevity. A couple of hours, and for me, it's gone. And the very minimal projection I do get spraying on skin and on clothes stays pretty close in. Because of the quite lackluster performance on me, I'm sure other people will have a different experience, but I can only report the experience that I've had. I would maybe think, could I wear this in the warmer weather? Could I wear this in the summertime and get away with it? Would it last a little bit longer? Would it perform a bit better? But I just wouldn't choose to wear this over Paradise Garden. If it's summertime and I want something a little lighter, I would go for that beautiful combo of fig and salt in Paradise Garden. So I can't even say the summer saves it for me. I can't think of a situation where I would choose to go for this fragrance. If I want violet leaf, I've got much better masculine violet leaf fragrances. If I want floral, I've got better floral fragrances. Fleur de Mal, I know it's discontinued, but that takes quite feminine leaning florals, but it goes for it, it owns it, it dares to be bold in its florals. I really appreciate it for that. There's nothing bold or daring about the use of florals in this fragrance. It doesn't wear its florals proudly on its sleeve, just on its chest. And sometimes if a fragrance isn't my favorite, if it dares to commit to something, if there is a clear execution of style there, if it's got something distinctive, even if it's not my style, I can give it kudos for that and I can appreciate it for that. But I feel like this isn't doing anything creative, it's not doing anything daring or risk-taking or anything interesting. So I'm being pretty down on this scent. I don't hate it. I would wear it, and if I smelled someone wearing it, it wouldn't bother me. It would be quite pleasant. But £113 on something that I'm not really that into, and I don't think it's really that well executed, it's a miss for me. To refer back to the beginning of this video, it is not blooming good. It is definitely more of a shrinking violet in terms of it being quite a shy fragrance in that it doesn't really commit to anything. There's no bold commitment there. Performance is very shy as well because nothing is really projecting, and longevity on me is pretty poor as well. Inevitably, when I'm not that positive about a fragrance, there are people in the comments who absolutely love it. It's right up their street. They get probably better performance than me. Fantastic. I really hope that you do like this fragrance, but this video is all about my opinion. That's the whole point of this channel. It's my opinion, and everyone has different opinions. So if your opinion on this fragrance or any other doesn't align with mine, that's fine. We just have to accept that. If it sounds like something you might like, then this is probably going to be pretty accessible in most department stores. So I would say go in, give it a smell, spray a little bit on your hand, walk around for an hour and see what you get. And then if it really does it for you, great, you could pick it up. For me, this is another one that I will keep for reference, but it is going to go on the back of the shelf. It will gather dust in all the little nooks and crannies and crevices of its huge flower, and probably will never get worn or sprayed again, and that's a bit sad. Whenever I do these reviews of new fragrances, I'm always willing the fragrance to be good. I would rather talk to you guys and recommend fantastic fragrances rather than have to come on here and just be a little bit down on a scent, because I love to give you recommendations. Unfortunately, on this occasion, I can't recommend it. I would recommend at least smelling it in store, giving it a try to see if it works for you, but for me, it's not working. All right, that's gonna do it for this one. If you've already tried this, I would love to hear your thoughts. Please let me know in the comments if you do like it, because other people that are interested in this fragrance would like to hear from people who it is working for. And if it is working for you, then explain why, because the comment section can be just as helpful to people watching as the video itself. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it useful. If you did, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already for more videos about new release fragrances. And if you do all that, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.